Hey everybody, Tekking here. A little bit of a different concept for a video today on this channel. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, I'm not Law Tekking. This is my vlog channel, so obviously I'm Law Tekking 1001. Duh, right? Anyway, no, I was going to do a couple stuff today, but my car's battery has died because it's like negative 10 degrees out there, so it's just, you know, luck of the draw sometimes. You know, you're supposed to go out there and start your car every now and then. I did that and it still failed, and so I have to get a new battery. So I'm kind of stuck here for the time being. So I was perusing One Piece Wikia, as I sometimes do. I love to read Wikias, not just because not everything you'll find on a Wikia is fact, but it's just an interesting compilation of everything that takes place in the series, and stuff that you forget about is cataloged here for you to look up later on, and you can go back and look through the different chapters where this stuff occurred. I was on One Piece Wikia today, and I found that there's a One Piece quiz on here, so I thought, all right, this is going to be pretty fun. And the thing is, I'm looking at some of the questions here, and this is a truly somewhat challenging quiz. It's not like the simple stuff. Like, I remember I used to read Shonen Jump, like when Shonen Jump was actually like a magazine that you could buy instead of, now it's all Shonen Jump Alpha, it's all on the internet. But back when you could actually go to the store and buy the magazine, there were like little quizzes, but I remember like the quizzes were like deliberately easy. I remember one quiz was about Naruto, and it was like, which of these is not a ninja weapon? And it had like kunai, shuriken, like I don't know, like flash bombs, and then like whatever, and then on the last one it had an Uzi, and I'm like, really? It's obviously, you know, it's easy just for the sake of, you know, getting it right. But these questions were put together by actual fans of the series, so you know they're going to be tough because these are people that are actually read the whole series, and they take like some of the more difficult, hard to remember stuff, or rather obscure things, and they throw it in here. So, with that being said, we're going to go through all 80 questions. If you want to follow along with me, the link is in the description below. So something else that I think you guys could do that would be a lot of fun is I haven't found a Bleach equivalent one of these. So if you could either find a Bleach quiz out on the internet that's fairly difficult, not something simple like, you know, like what's the color of Ichigo's hair? If you could find a fairly difficult Bleach quiz out on the internet, and if you could send it to me, I will make a video on my main channel where I talk about that, because my main channel is all Bleach related. I didn't feel like this would be suited on here. But anyway, yeah, so links below if you want to follow along. Let's do this. One Piece Encyclopedia One Piece Quiz. All of the following can be found on our wiki, but can you answer these questions without looking them up? Will you accept the challenge? Damn, Skippy, I will. Frickin' supernova, bitch. Let's see if you have to be paying attention to the One Piece. Are you a true fan? You're about to find out. Answers can be found by clicking the plus sign. That's on the Wikia format. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Aside from Panda Man, name 3 other hidden Easter eggs within the series. Shit. Panda Man is the secret, well, not even really a secret anymore. He's one of the more famous, like, things that Oda will draw in the background of his characters. There was also a Panda Woman that showed up one time on Amazon Lily, because Amazon Lily is all nothing but females. I think there was one called Sam at one point, too, and there was Tamako or Tomoko. I remember I read it, and it sounded like tomato, sort of. But those are the only 3 I can think of. Well, let's see if they're here. Let's see. This is one I'm just going to call a win, so here we go. Sam is on here. Panda Woman and Minatomo Mikio. Tomato Gang, that's what it was. I'm not going to say that's a win, though, because I didn't get that right. I didn't say Tomato Gang. I didn't even know if it was tomato. So I got Sam and Panda Woman right, so I got 2 out of 3 here. Alright, that's one you have to really dig for. That's something that's like, that's not even about the series. That's more of just about Oda's little Easter eggs he throws in there. Number 2, what is the bounty of the rookie Rockstar? Rockstar is a member of Shanks' crew. He was introduced when Whitebeard was first introduced, pretty much. Rockstar was sent by Shanks to go meet Whitebeard, and Whitebeard's like, what the fuck is this little pissant sending this little... He's not even coming himself, he's just sending this guy. I think he said it was 90-something. It's either... I think it was 95 or 99. It was 94. I was wrong. Shit. Okay, it was 94. Okay. Name all members of the Trump siblings. That's a filler. That's a filler. I don't know that one. Bear King, Honey Queen. No, that was a movie. Yeah, that was a movie. The Trump siblings. Man, this is hard. Man, they beat you over the head with this thing. How far back had Oda planned to introduce Fishman? Bonus, why didn't he introduce them then? If I'm incorrect, I think one of Buggy's crew was supposed to be a Fishman. Let's see. Chapter 3. Bonus answer. His boss wouldn't let him, so he ended up using the Arlong Park arc. Chapter 3. That wasn't up to Buggy yet. So now I'm 4 for 0. I'm getting my ass kicked. In which Japanese intro will you find the English lyrics, I'm really, really stuck on you? That's the second intro. I don't know the name, but it's the second one. Believe. That's the second intro, though. Yeah, second opening of One Piece. Okay, I'm calling that a win. How did Bellamy lose to Luffy? He punched him. Like, that's... I don't know if you want, like, a really elaborate answer for that, but he was using his spring hopper technique all over Jaya, all over Mocktown, and Luffy just, like, fuck you, and just decked him into the freaking side of the building, and he lost consciousness. He was knocked out with a single punch to the face. Okay, I got that one right. Alright, here we go. This is the turning point here. True or false? The Bara Bara no Mi will let you fly across the ocean. No, the Bara Bara no Mi is Buggy's fruit, which does not let you fly across the ocean. False. Yeah, you can only travel a certain distance from your feet. Okay, I'm going with this. What is the name of the mayor of Luffy's hometown? Luffy's hometown is Fuchsia Village. The mayor's name is Woodslap. So let's see here. Yep, Woodslap, because he'll slap you with wood. It sounds oddly sexual. According to the Mythbusters page, what major event was meant to happen in 2003 that Oda had announced? I have absolutely no idea what that is. A member of the Straw Hats was going to die. Ha! Wait until maybe like the last 5 chapters of the series. We might get a Straw Hat death. Before that, I don't think so. You know what? It's funny. I can't think of a single Straw Hat that would die that I wouldn't feel at least a little bit, you know, disconcerted over. Like, you know, everybody always has their favorites. Like, my favorite Straw Hats are Frankie and Sanji. But any of the Straw Hats, if any of them were to die, you know, if Brook or Usopp or if any of them died, I would be upset. It doesn't matter. It's just I've come to like them that much. Who was Luffy Ko? That's not a real character. I know that's not a real character. Ko is Luffy Ko. Now, here's the thing. When you add a Ko to the end of somebody's name like that, it's supposed to be like a female designation. Like when Naruto uses his sexy jutsu, the fan name that people use is Naruko, meaning female Naruto. But let's see. Trick question. Luffy Ko does not exist, but was made up in the Arlong Park prank. As an Arlong Park prank. Well, whatever. I'm calling that a win. Who was the first character to give someone the middle finger? I think that was Law. I'm thinking that was Law. Trafalgar Law! Yeah! Yeah, Kid walked into the freaking auction house and was looking around and he saw Law standing there, and Law just kind of turned to just like, yeah, fuck you, man. You know, love Law, he's awesome. I think in the anime they changed it so he just gives him a scowl, like a, you know, the middle finger is much more impactful. I think Sanji later did give a middle finger to the Okamas after he left. What flag had to be changed in the manga because of the sensitive issues, and what was the issue it was changed over? That was Whitebeard's flag, because originally Whitebeard's flag was, it had the skull with the mustache, but instead of the simple crossbows behind it, it was changed to basically a Nazi swastika. Or not a Nazi swastika, but it was a swastika, because swastikas didn't exactly originate from Nazi Germany. I believe the swastika used was not a bent one like the Nazis used. It was more of just like a straight one, like the kind on Neji's forehead in Naruto, the seal mark on Neji. Yeah, that was changed, I think, to the simple crossbones later on. But I think you can still see it in the manga. I think like when Ace first showed up and he was talking about Whitebeard, you see the flag of Whitebeard, and it was yeah, it was different. What does the Breath Dial do? Bonus, what rare dial could be considered an upgrade? The Breath Dial absorbs, like, you basically move it around to absorb air, because it's a seashell, and then you press the apex of the shell, and then it shoots out air. An upgraded version of that was the Jet Dial, which I believe all went extinct in Skypiea. I believe it originated from Bisca, or Bilico, which is where Eneru's from, and it's hinted that Eneru's home island was destroyed by him. And the Jet Dial is what's in Nami's Waver. The Waver that Nami currently owns, that's the one that's in there, which makes it much more faster. So let's see. It stores and releases air. Bonus, the Jet Dial, which does exactly the same thing, however, releases air at a much quicker rate. Yes. Which was the first instance of superhuman speed that was later confirmed by Oda? That was Captain Kuro. Kuro's move, Shakushi, yeah. Captain Kuro used this move against Luffy and them. It was basically a less proficient version of Soru. The difference between the two is that with Soru users, you could actually see where you're going. Kuro's move basically makes him spin a lot, and he can move at a super speed, but he cannot see where he is going, which is the fault of that technique. What was Bragi and Dory's original reason for fighting each other? A while back, they were traveling, I guess, near Little Garden. They both killed Sea Kings, and in order to compare their catch, they laid out the giant corpses of the Sea Kings on Little Garden, and they were trying to figure out which one was bigger, and they couldn't figure it out. So they just started fighting. They're like, okay, if I win, mine's bigger. If you win, yours is bigger, Broggy. And they start fighting, and just over the years, the giant Sea Kings begin to just decompose into skeletons. And that's the reason for them fighting each other. And then I think a little girl said to like them too, like which one's bigger, and that's what started it. They had a hunting contest between them, however they could not decide what actually had won the contest. Okay. Number 16, what was the reason in Jigne time did... What the... Oh, this is one of those feudal era side stories. For what reason in Jigne time did Don Zorosuke and Rabita die? That's all. Yeah, I don't know that. Rabita betrayed Don Zorosuke, because Rabita is obviously a player for Robin, Don Zorosuke is obviously a player of Zoro, and they shot each other. Yeah, I don't know that. How much does Nami charge for seeing her naked? I think it's 100 million. I think it's 100 million berries. 100,000 per view. I got that wrong. You think with Nami she would charge 100? Well, no, because she might figure 100,000 would be more likely people would pay for it. Number 18. What was written on Bellamir's shirt? I think it was Mace. Mace. Yes, I was right. What song was remixed to create the song Believe by Folder 5? No idea. Super Echo Beat, Lolita's song Dreamin' of You. See, there's a lot of questions on here relating to like music and shit. I might be able to do stuff like that with Bleach. That's the thing. That's why I wanted you to find the thing, because Bleach, I actually even know all the different, like, the theme songs and crap. What is Miss Golden Week's 4 kids' name? That was Miss... It wasn't Valentine's Day, was it? Yeah. No, Golden Week. Shit, no, that was April Fool's Day. Yeah, that was April Fool's Day. Valentine's Day was, I think, the same in the manga. Yeah, Miss April Fool's. Yeah, April Fool's Day. Okay. Sorry. I was thinking golden, and because Miss Valentine's wears the golden outfit. Yellow outfit anyway. She's dressed like a lemon. That's weird. What reason did Sanji give for not fighting Khalifa? Chivalry. He can never kick a woman. That's just how he was raised. He would never hit a woman no matter what the circumstances. Yes. And by the way, Oda came out and said, like, that doesn't mean Sanji's a wimp. That doesn't mean like he just can't do it. Just like that's how he was raised. You know, like if you're raised your whole life to respect women, it's going to be fairly difficult for you to hit a woman. You know. So that's the reason he has for it. Just a strong sense of chivalry. What color is the band on Luffy's straw hat? Bonus. What important item was kept under the band and was not given him? It was given to him during the Alabasta arc. The color of the band is red and Viva card, or Ace's Viva card to be specific. It's red. Bonus. Ace's Viva card. Okay. Number 23. How many times bigger is Oars than a regular giant? I think he's twice as big. He's 4 times bigger than a normal giant. Wow. Okay. Out of the Baroque's Works pairing, which partner was mentioned but never seen? Out of the Baroque Works pairing, mentioned but never seen. I think that was Mr. 11's partner, because Mr. 11, we did see him, but we never saw his partner. I'm just trying to go through because we saw all the top members, like Mr. 1 through Mr. 5, we saw all their partners. Mr. 2 didn't have a partner. Mr. 7 we saw with him. Miss Father's Day we saw Mr. 7 and Mrs. Father's Day, whatever. We saw them. I'm thinking it's Mr. 11's partner. Yep, Miss Thursday, Mr. 11's partner. Yep. Mr. 3 took out Broggy the Giant with explosives. True or false? No, that was Dory. Yes. No, that was Dory he took out. Which filler arc was based on a popular One Piece game? I think that was the Ocean Dream arc. Yeah, Ocean Dreams. Ocean's Dream arc, yes. It was the sequel to Dragon's Dreams. Alright. Doing good so far. I'll keep track of this in the post-production, I guess. What sound did the Skypians hear when the Shadians were sent into the sky via the knock-up stream? The sound of the Golden Bell. The sound of the Shandorian bell ringing out loud, yes. How many CP9 agents went undercover at Galila? Bonus. Who was the only member who went undercover but did not join the Galila Company? The only one that didn't join the Galila Company was Blueno, who started a bar, I guess to be inconspicuous. It was Lucci, Kaku, Khalifa, and Blueno. So that was 4. That was 4 of them. Oh, you wanted to know... Okay, I misread that. I thought just one undercover period. No, it was 3 that went undercover at Galila, and then the one who went over at the local bar owner. I'm calling that a win because I still name them all, so screw that. What is Chopper's commonly mistaken for, and what led to this mistake? He's commonly confused for a tanuki, which is basically like a raccoon, when actually he's a tanuki because ton, T-O-N, designates reindeer, and that was why he's named Tony Chopper. The more you know! His brain point often leads to me mistaken as a tanuki or a raccoon. I just did a bonus question for that. Yeah. What town has been mentioned to have been taken by the revolutionaries soon after the release of the Straw Hats' bounties? Ooh. Oh, man. That's a toughie. I know where that appears in. Post-Ena Lobby's arc, when we first meet Dragon, some random revolutionary says, we captured this one island. I think it starts with an R. But aside from that, I don't know. Centuria. Yeah, I was wrong about that. Yeah, that's really intense there. That's really digging deep. What are all of the Kuja tribe named after? They're named after flowers. They are all named after flowers. Okay, number 32. I think we're just going to stop at 50 because this is taking forever. How many forms are there to master in Rokushiki? Bonus question, what move can you use after mastering all the techniques? Okay, all Rokushiki techniques. Soro, shave, high-speed movement. Geppo, which is moon step. Tempest kick, which is... trying to think of what Tempest kick is in Japanese. I think it doesn't matter because I can still name it. Then there's Shigan, finger pistol. Tekai, which is iron body. And the last one is Kamie, which is paper move. Which, by the way, the paper move, that's like the least used one, but that seems pretty damn useful to just turn yourself into a two-dimensional, thing. I forget what Tempest Tick is called, but I still got it, so that. And when you get them all together, you can use Rokugan, which is combining them all together, and you can shoot them with the. I think Luffy said it's equivalent to an impact dial or like a reject dial. Rankyaku, that's Tempest Kick. Kamie, Geppu, Rankyoko, Shigan, Soru, Tekai, bonus answer, Rokugan! I just love saying that shit. Like Lucci grabs Luffy with the freaking, with his tail. I think that's a different technique when he does it with his tail, but just the normal technique's like, Rokugan! And, like, shoots him like a freaking bazooka right in his freaking face. Okay. When Emporio Ivankov healed Luffy, how many years of his life did he say we'd lose? 10 years. 10 years of his life, yes. 34. What animal best represents Brook? Horse? A horse, yes. 35. In Monster Time, which creature was Upasaka? This is, once again, a reference to like a filler or like an Omake chapter. You know what? I'm just going to guess Usopp. What creature would he be? I'm just going to say a vampire? He was a centaur. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. True or false? Lola Zombie was a warthog. Yes, she was. True. How many years ago, before the start of the current storyline, was the destruction of Ohara Island? Okay, Robin's like in her 30s. She was like 8 when that happened, right? I want to say 30 years, but that would imply Nami... No. That would imply that Robin would be... If it was 30 years ago, then Robin would be like 40 now. I don't think she's 40. I'm going to say 20 years. 22 years! I was close! I was close! Can I get a win for that? No? Screw you, me. True or false? Elder Nyons was banished from her homeland on Amazon Levy because she fell in love with love sickness. I think that's true, yeah. False. She was banished because she left her homeland. However, she did leave. Oh, that's a cheap trick right there. She was banished because she left her homeland. This is Amazon Lily. However, she did leave because she fell in love with a man as a result of contracting love sickness. Because she did, well, she did. Okay, so she had the love sickness, but it wasn't until after she left the island. That's a trick question. Screw you. I'm calling that a win. I'm calling that a win. Ding. Okay. What was the considered most controversial thing about the giant mechanical soldier of Karakuri Castle in regards to the characters of Robin and Nami. Okay, now I get to tell you a fun little story about this, in case if you don't watch the One Piece movies, because the One Piece movies are actually, they're not hard to find. It's just there's a lot of them. There's like 12 One Piece movies now, and very few of them ever get dubbed, so you wouldn't know a lot about them if you're just a fan of One Piece on English dubs. So the Giant Mechanical Soldier of Karakuri Island was the 7th One Piece movie. It took place right before Water 7. It introduced Luffy's Gear 2 techniques, Gear Secondo. And it was pretty cool movie after having watched it. The controversial thing was that the animator responsible for doing it made Nami and Robin's boobs not just bigger on the screen, but also made them shinier. And they bounced practically in every single scene. Like Nami would just be like, oh, we have to go to this island. Then she like slap her head, and her boobs would be like, oh god, boing 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 boing. There was a scene where they had to wear these really tight dresses, and they do that. There was like the opening scene of the movie is when the Straw Hats are opening this chest, and like Nami's just like so excited, and her boobs are like going fucking. It's like, I like big boobs, but it was distracting, man. It was weird, and they're like super freaking shiny, and it's just freaky. So yeah, that was the controversial thing about that. It also kind of pops up a little bit in the Princess of the Desert Kingdom, which is one of the very few One Piece movies that was dubbed into English. Yeah. Answer: their breasts were drawn too big, much bigger than the manga itself, and they bounced at the slightest movement. This game's fans mixed opinions of the movie. Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty, very like it was to the point where it was distracting to the plot, is what that was. Number 40. Who was the second Shibukai to have his or her name mentioned? The second Shibukai. Pretty sure that was Crocodile, because the first one mentioned... Jinbei! Yeah, it was Jinbei! Because Mihawk was the first one to show up, and you might think it's Crocodile, because that's the next one they fought. But Jinbei was mentioned by Yosaku when Sanji and Luffy and Yosaku were heading to Arlong Park. He was giving them the rundown of the Shibukai, and how dangerous they were, and that Arlong was related to one named Jinbei, who was both part of the same Sun Pirate crew. So if this isn't Jinbei, I'm changing this shit. Jinbei, yes, right about that. You might want to say Crocodile, because actually, fun fact, Jinbei was actually the second one mentioned, but the last one they actually got to see. The last one seen in the series. Okay. Number 41. What does Kuja mean? I don't know. I want to say like warrior woman, but it's probably wrong. Nine snakes. I could have known that. Wait, no, Ja. Okay, I know Q means 9, but it's written differently, and I didn't know Ja means snakes, because I thought Hebi just means snakes, but Ja could just mean a different word for it in Japanese, because you have different ways of saying different words. Different ways of saying the same word. Number 42. What do the following characters have in common? Zoro, Lafayette, Shiryu, the CP9 agents, X-Drake, and Gasparade. What do the following characters have in common? Alright, Zoro and Shiryu and the CP9 agents. I want to say they're all superhuman. Because Zoro and Shiryu, they're both swordsmen, but that can't be it because Lafayette doesn't use a sword. Lafayette's a member of Blackbeard's crew. He doesn't use a sword, to my knowledge. And X-Drake is a swordsman as well. Is it they all... No, they don't all have scars. X-Drake has a scar. I don't think Lafayette has a scar. X-Drake has a devil fruit, but nobody else does. Zoro doesn't have a devil fruit, certainly. And the CP9 agents, they don't use swords, so that can't be it. So I'm just gonna say they're all superhuman. They're all characters who once fought or helped deal with pirates, only to later become criminals. Ah! Okay. They're all characters who once fought or helped deal with pirates, only to help become criminals, pirates themselves. Ah, yeah, that's actually really obscure there, because Lafayette was, like, mentioned one time to be a police officer, like, just one time. So that's really obscure for his character. Zoro and Shiryu make sense. CP9 just recently became pirates. Like, they're criminals against the government. They're not members of the government anymore. X-Drake, yeah, he was a rear admiral that got, he left. Gasparade, I'm pretty sure he was a movie or a filler villain. Number 43, what does Nami's tattoo represent and whom does a homage to? Bonus, what did it replace? The tattoo she's wearing right now, it is a pinwheel symbol with a tangerine growing on one of the, or a bleakin growing on one of the stems there. And that is to like symbolize her homage from her island, Kokoyashi Village, because I forget the name, it starts with a G, the sheriff of the village, the chief of the village, Gonzo or something, he had a pinwheel hat, and his and her adopted mother, Bellamere, always grew the blinkins, the tangerines, and it replaced Arlong's tattoo, which was to symbolize that Arlong owned Nami. It represents a Minkin and a Minkin and a pinwheel, and homage to Bellamere and Genzo, respectively, and bonus Arlong's Jolly Roger is the one she replaced. Okay. Number 44, who is the only Straw Hats to battle 3 of Enel's Priest? The only Straw Hat to battle all 3 of them. Well, I'm pretty sure... Okay, Gedatz is out, because Gedatz was only fought once by Chopper, and then he immediately fell out of the sky, because he's the IQ of a freaking peanut. Actually, that's an insult to peanuts. Sorry, I find it difficult how Gedatz can literally function, given his like, he forgets to breathe sometimes. That's how stupid Gedatz is. Well, so now we're talking Ohm, Shira, and, wow, that is tough. Because there's Hattori, there's Ohm, and there's Shura. Zoro fought against Ohm. Chopper fought against Shura and also Gedatz. I'm trying to think, I'm going to say Chopper. Because I think there was one point where, because I know Chopper didn't fight against Hattori, because Hattori was defeated by Luffy and Sanji and Usopp, and he was defeated. He never came back. But I know Chopper fought against Shura very briefly. He was getting his ass kicked, but he still fought against him, and he defeated Gedatz. So I'm going to say Ohm. I'm going to say Chopper fought against Ohm, Shura, and Gedatz. Chopper! He battled Shura, Gedatz, and Ohm. Okay. I got that right. That was tough, though. I can't remember Chopper fighting against Ohm, but he's the only one that fought against 2, so he had to at one point. In the Boss Luffy episode, the Mochi Maki race to the castle. Which 3 characters does Zoro accidentally break in on? Which characters chase him out of the castle? Once again, this is something I'm just going to skip this one because I don't know it. Which Baroque Works agent had a frog theme? That was Mr. Seven and Mrs. Father's Day, his partner. Miss Father's Day. Okay, yeah. Think about that for a second. Number 47. Which was the name of the traveling salesman who gave Nami paper for her word map? Oh, that was in a filler. I remember watching this filler. Yeah, Nami, okay, Luffy and Usopp, I think they were fishing, and they fished this giant snail out of the ocean, and the snail was actually a submarine, and inside there was this traveling salesman dude. I think this was between Alabasta and Skypiea, and then he sold some really high-quality paper to Nami, and then she's tried to, do her world map thing. I don't remember the guy's name, though. Rice. Okay, why not? Number 48. What did Mont Blanc Nolan chop down the sacred ancestral trees of Shandora? Why did Mont Blanc Nolan chop down the sacred ancestral trees of Shandora? Why did he do that? I think he did it because he thought they would, I think... Was it because of medicine? I think it might have been because of medicine. They were the source of plague that was killing the Shandian. Okay. So he was doing it to basically try to fix them. So, yeah, I'm going to say that's a correct one. Number 49. What anachronistic blunder was made concerning Zoro in the Warship Island filler arc? Oh, okay. I know this. The Warship Island filler arc was the first filler arc of One Piece. It took place directly before the group went into the Grand Line. They had just left Log Town. And they ended up being on this island. There was like dragons and something. Anyway, there was a little bit of an error with Zoro's character. The Marigo was, I think, surrounded by chains or like a metal net. And they were trying to get out of it. And I think Luffy asked Zoro, hey, can you cut through this iron net? And Zoro says to him, there's nothing in this world I can't cut. And he cuts the iron net, or he cuts the steel net. And of course, that's a major issue because later on, the whole thing with fighting against Mr. One was that he could not cut steel, or he could not cut iron, or, you know, one major metal he couldn't. I'm thinking it's steel. Yeah, he was depicted cutting through steel chains with his sword in the manga. Zoro was not to have discovered this technique until cutting through steel until he battered Mr. One. Yes. Number 50. Who was the first Zone Devil Fruit to appear in the manga? The first Logia Devil Fruit user. The first Zone user was, I know him. I know who he is. He's the guy on Drum Island. I'm just trying to think of Dalton. That's his name, Dalton. Yes, he showed off the cow fruit, the model bison. First Logia user, that's Smoker with the plume fruit. Dalton was the first Zone to appear shortly before Chopper. Smoker was the first Logia to appear. So what are we at right now? We're at 30 minutes. I don't know if we should keep going. Screw it. It's already a super long video. We'll keep going. Okay. True or false? Jaguar D. Saul was born in Elbaf. No, he wasn't. I think he particularly said to Robin that not all giants are from Elbaf. They're like, he said, like, oh, the giants there, they're all like noble warriors, but not all giants are like that. False. Although he was a giant in form of Vice Admiral, Zol denounced the Elbaf giants for being too warlike. Okay. 52. Who was the 11 supernovas? Who was the only one of the 11 supernovas that had a higher bounty than Luffy? What merited such a high bounty? That was Eustace Captain Kidd. He had 350 million at his original introduction. I think he has like over 400 million now. And he did that just simply because he was he merited that just because he was much more barbaric. He would burn the towns down. I think there was a pretty grisly scene right before the time skip where he was raiding a village and he literally took all the members of the village and he fucking crucified them, you know, and burned them alive at the cross. So he's a much more barbaric dude. Eustace Kidd. He gained the bounty because he attacked a great number of defenseless civilians during his journey through the Grand Line. However, after the time skip, and aside from Kidd, another supernova named Trafalgar Law also had a higher bounty than Luffy's. Yes, well, we're talking about before the time skip. Number 53. Who was the first member of the Straw Hat Pirates to have seen in the anime? The first member of the Straw Hat Pirates to be seen in the anime. That was actually, trick question. That's Nami, because Nami appears very briefly in a filler section of the first episode where she's on a cruise ship. Nami. She appeared in the first episode on a passenger ship while Luffy was still in the barrel. The more you know. Number 54. Against which opponent did Luffy use Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd simultaneously? Gekko Moria. Gekko Moria, after he powered up with his Shadowed Asgard. I can even tell you the technique. It was Gamu Gamu no Giganto Jetto Shell. 55. Who were the first to witness Luffy in Gear 3rd? Who were the first? Oh, that was... Oh, man. Oh, names. I know them. They're Kokoro's grandchildren. Chimney and Gombe. Chimney and Gombe, yes. 56. What was Ace's goal in life? To make Whitebeard the king of the pirates. Also, secondary goal after Thatch was killed to find and capture and kill Blackbeard. To answer his lifelong question of if he deserved to be born. Oh, okay, yeah, that's actually, yeah. We don't find out to Marineford, but yeah, okay, I'll take that wrong answer. Because that's understandable. Yeah, I did get that wrong. Number 57, who was the first person Luffy fought with? Bonus, why was he fighting him or her? Who was the first person Luffy fought with? Do you mean in the context of the series, or do you mean in, like, flashbacks, like in his life altogether? I think the first person he fought with was the Mountain Bandits, because that happened even before he arrived in Don Don's place. I'm going to say the Mountain Bandits. Higuma, the Mountain Bandit. Bonus, he insulted Shanks. Okay. In Sanji's first bonus bounty poster, how come his picture is drawn and not seen? The attaché, the government photographer for the wanted posters, he tried to take a picture of Sanji, and I believe he just left his lens cap on. And I think he was, like, really freaked out by it, too. He's like, I tried to take his picture, and it was nothing but blackness. And then, like, Sengoku or, like, Garp's looking at it, and he's like, did you leave the fucking lens cap on? And he's just like, oh, yeah, I guess I could have done that, too. So that was pretty funny. Number 58. In Sanji's first... Oh, I already did that one. Yeah. Answer, because Attach took the picture, left the lens cap on. Right. When are the only 2 times Zoro is seen crying? Bonus, when do these events have in common? The first time we see him crying is when he got defeated by Mihawk, And he raised his sword to the sky, and he's like, I'll never lose again! I think he also cried when Kushina died. I would assume that's when... Yeah, I would assume that's when she died. I can't think of any other time he cried in the series. But yeah, they have in common when characters died. Kuina. Yeah, he is seen crying when Kuina beats him for the 2001st time, and when he is defeated by Mingong. The comic occurrence is being defeated and making his promise to his opponent. Okay. Kuina. Sorry, I got her name wrong. Kushina. Sorry. Number 60. How come Nami's picture on her bounty poster is so inappropriate, and who claims it to be so? Genzo's the one who claims it to be inappropriate. It's inappropriate because they did the person when they took a picture of Nami, she was like chilling out in her bikini, so she did like the sexy pose, like the... So yeah, that's the reason. Nami thought that she was doing a picture spread for a newspaper reporter in Water 7, and Genzo said it was inappropriate. Yes. What food is Monkey D. Garps extremely fond of? Oh, shit. I'm going to say meat, just like Luffy, but I'm probably wrong. He's fond of donuts. I didn't know that! Monkey D. Garp was a donut fan. Honestly didn't know that. Number 62. What is said about Luffy when his starting bounty is given? What is said about Luffy when his starting bounty is given? Okay, when he first got his 30 million berry, he just defeated Arlong. He was heading to Roguetown. Logtown. So I keep... Roguetown's how they said it in the original anime, and that always stuck in my head. I don't know why. They got R's and L's mixed up again. I don't know. He's the most dangerous man in the East Blue, I would assume. Because he attacks only notorious villains, that's what makes him so dangerous. Thus, they try to decide to give him a high bounty to nip the evil in the bud. I didn't know that. I'll take a hit for that. Why does Rob Lucci kick Nero off the water train? Bonus, why does Rob Lucci yell to Nero as he's flying off? What does he yell to Nero? He kicked Nero off because he failed. He lost, and I think he said something like, you know, you can't even use the 6 powers, so there's no point for weaklings in CP9 or some shit like that. He tried to kill Frankie, which annoyed Lucci to kick him off. Bonus, you have to master all 6 forms before you can call yourself a Superman brat. I'll take that as a bonus, but not as a point, because I got that wrong. Alright, where did Eiichiro Oda go during the 4-week break between the storyline of One Piece 2 years and the time skip? Where did he go during the 4-week break? No idea. If I was Oda, I'd go to Australia, probably because it's warmer, but that's probably not where he went. Hawaii. This was stated in 61. We went somewhere warm, so that's good. True or false? Luffy defeats this imposter, Demaro Black, in Shaboni Archipelago. True or false? Oh, no, he didn't defeat him. That was Sentomaru defeated him. False. Sentomaru hits him over the head with an axe. Yep. 66. True or false? Admiral Akainu's Devil Fruit was believed to be blood type based before his actual introduction. That is true. True. Fans from Arlong Park forums had a topic about that matter discussing the form of the Devil Fruit. Honestly, it's really not that hard to figure out when you actually think about it. Like, we have Aokiji, which is ice. We have Kizaru, which is light. But they all, like Kizaru is yellow. He always wears yellow. Aokiji always wears blue. Akainu always wears red. So, I would have figured, like, this is before I read One Piece on a weekly basis, but I would have always figured out that he was lava or magma or something to contrast Aokiji. Something certain like what are you gonna do with blood? I mean, I'm sure there is probably a blood devil fruit out there somewhere, but the admirals can do like devastating amount of power with their devil fruits. So you'd think like lava would certainly fit Aikinu. What is the breakout team led by Monkey D. Luffy said to be extraordinary? Why is the breakout team led by Monkey D. Luffy said to be extraordinary? It was the only other time that someone escaped impelled down aside from Shiki. And there was like 200 people involved. Because he led 2 revolutionaries, assumed to be ex-Shibukai and ex-Shibukai, who sent to Entobo Down himself. Okay, I'll take a hit for that one. Because he leads 2 revolutionaries, which is Inazuma and Ivankov, assumed to be ex-Shibukai, Jinbei, and an actual ex-Shibukai. But they were all following Luffy, because he leads them. Okay, I guess that would be considered extraordinary. What is the difference between the canon Logia Devil Fruit and the non-canon Logia Devil Fruit? Yeah, there is a difference with this. I think the ones... There's 2 possibilities I see for this answer. One, No, that can't be it, because that's with all devil fruits. How they pick devil fruits for filler is they go up to Oda and they actually ask Oda, hey, are you going to use this devil fruit idea? And then Oda will say yes or no, and they'll be allowed to use it or not. With this, I think it's like all the Logia users transform into some liquid type form, or their bodies don't actually, because like look at with Eneru's with Goro Goro no Mi, how he turns into physical electricity so attacks pass through him. I think with all filler Logia users, they just transform into a liquid, so the technique doesn't technically pass through them. The 3 non-canon Logia devil fruits do not show destructive properties, like Pasa Pasa no Mi, unlike the canon Logia devil fruits like the Suna Suna no Mi. Okay, I'll take a hit for that. I did not know. I know there's one non-canon Logia that turns you into like a sticky candy substance. Number 69. What does Baroque Works agents have the same fighting style? What Baroque have the same fighting style? What Baroque Works agents? I don't know. I honestly don't know that one, because there's no like common techniques between Baroque Works. Like, okay, Mr. 2 uses Okama Kempo, but there's nobody else in Baroque Works that uses that. I would say Mr. 1 and Mrs. New Year's Eve, because they both rely on stabbing techniques. Or stabbing or cutting. I honestly don't know this one. Mr. 4 and Mr. 9 both use baseball bats. That's a good one. Didn't remember that. Which adult person nearby one of the Straw Hats was killed with a bullet right through the chest? Which adult person nearby one of the Straw Hats was killed with a bullet right through the chest? Granted, not a lot of people die in One Piece, but still, this is going through a lot. They don't even give me an... If you gave me an arc or something, I might be able to hone in on it, but damn, that's particular. I know this happened before. I'm just trying to think. Like Arlong shot Bellamere right through the chest, but that was before. That wasn't, all the Straw Hats weren't present for that. Oh, I feel like I should know this. I feel like I should really know this. I'm having like a sort of mental image in my head here. I don't know. I'm not going to stick on it. Which one? I don't know. Bellamere, the loved one of Nami. Oh, I thought you meant which adult person nearby one of the Straw Hats. Oh, I thought it said nearby the Straw Hats. Okay, well, I still got that right. Okay. Which of the Straw Hats doesn't have a known imposter, and why? Okay, well, that's actually 2. Brook doesn't have an imposter because nobody knew Brook was part of the crew yet, and Usopp technically doesn't have a proper imposter because he's still impersonated as the Sage King. Brook. That's because the imposter Straw Hat Pirates don't know his connection with the real Straw Hats, as he has only joined recently. Only those personally familiar with the Straw Hats would have likely known Brook's connection to the crew. Yes. Number 72. Who did Yasopp defeat in a duel that later beats Usopp? Daddy Masterson, which was a filler. Daddy the father, which was a filler. But it was Kubo. I keep saying Kubo. So used to that. Oda actually put like drawings, like fan art depiction, not fan art, but like drawings, concept art for Daddy the father to appear in Logtown. He just didn't get it. It just didn't get to paper, I guess. Are there any supernovas not born in one of the 4 blues? Who? Are there any supernovas who are not born in one of the 4 blues? Who? Law was born in North Blue. Kapon Beji was from West Blue. I think Jewelry Bonnie was South Blue. East Blue's obviously out because that's Luffy and Zoro. Oh, you want to know if there's any of them not born in the 4 blues, not that if there are any, not that the 4 blues don't have them. Okay. In that case, I don't think so. I think they were all born in the oceans, in the 4 blues. Can't think of any of them that were born on the Grand Line. I'm going to say none of them, but I'm probably wrong. Scratchman Apu, born in the Grand Line. Okay, I didn't know that, but Uragod I should have because he was born on a sky island. I should have known that. But then again, there's not saying that there's any... Is there any statements that sky islands don't exist Above the four blues, but I guess that's still a sky island, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a stupid question. It's the sky island. Doesn't matter if it's above the east blue or the west blue. It's still a fucking sky island. How old is Monkey D. Luffy before the time skip? He is 17. He's 17. Number 75. For which episodes was One Piece Opening 7 We Are used? Straw Hats version used. That was season 10. That was like around... that was like right after... I'm pretty sure that was like right after Thriller Bark. So I'm going to say Shabondi, Amazon Lily, that sort of thing. Episodes 279 to 280. That's not very specific. All right, okay, hold on. Let me check to see what episodes that was. Because obviously I don't know enough about One Piece to know the entire... Wait, no, that was 279 to 283. That was way before what I'm thinking of. 279, shit. I do actually know that. That was like right after the Enies Lobby. That was like during Luffy. That was like during Enies Lobby. Into the Falls, Luffy's Feelings. Yes, I got that one wrong. Sorry. Really? I thought that was later on. Well, I might be confusing theme songs, whatever. What was the name of the old man who gave Sanji salt left over from Aqua Laguna and Water 7? I know this filler! This is one of my favorite fillers! I don't remember this man's name. Did he even have a name? I don't even know if he had a name. That might be a trick question. Hold on. His name was Bon Bon. Yeah, I didn't know that. That might have only been a Japanese thing. I don't know. Whatever, that's my fault, but I do remember that filler. What was the name of Brook's former crew? The Rumba Pirates. What is Blackroot's devil fruit? Okay, now you're just phoning it in. The Kami Kami no Mi, the dark, dark fruit. Yami Yami no Mi! Sorry! Change that. Kami means God. God fruit. Oh, God! That would be horrible. That's... Now I said that. That's going to be a thing. That's actually scary. Yami. Sorry, I was thinking, like, wait, Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't named Kami. It was Yami! Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I got that right. Whatever. 2 left. What was the first episode of One Piece aired on Toonami in 2013? Bonus. What was the date it aired on? What the fuck? Okay, you're a masochist if you put that question. That's like saying, what date did episode number 172 air? What was the freaking day of the week? And what time of day? At the very second, because it was delayed by 6.6 seconds, you know. Jesus. Alright, well, I know there was like a big gap in the One Piece Funimation dub. Pretty much after Skypiea was over. There was like a year gap where there was like no new episodes. And it started back up again, I think, with episode 196, which was in the freaking I think it was G8, the naval base. With Jonathan. So I'm going to say 196. I don't know the fucking date. Episode 207. I was close. Sort of. What or who was the first Sea King and or first sea monster to be featured in the series? That was Lord of the Coast. It was the sea monster, the Sea King that lived near Luffy's village that Sanji had to sacrifice his arm for, which doesn't make any goddamn sense, considering he had Bushaku Haki and he had Conqueror's Haki. He could literally, oh no, Luffy's about to be eaten! Conqueror's Haki! Problem solved, Shanks! You didn't need to lose a freaking arm! Bushaku Haki! Oh, you can't bite through my Haki, bitch! Sword attack! Maybe he lost his arm just to make Luffy, like, inspired to become a pirate, but still, man. Lord of the Coast. Okay, well, that was it. 49 minutes. I hope you enjoyed. That certainly killed time of the day, so now I have more time to kill. Actually, I have to go get another battery for my car now, so thank you guys for following me on this epic journey. Let me know what I don't know what my score is. I'll keep tally in post-production, but thanks for watching. Techie 101. Signing out. See you guys.